This is the Mieses Trap, and it's a variation on the first British GM trap in the Vienna, which was also named in honour of Jacques Mieses, who was Britain's first Grandmaster. I mentioned that Tony Miles is wrongly attributed of being Britain's first GM, but Jacques Mieses was a naturalised German-born Jewish Grandmaster. Anyway, this is in the Vienna, e4, e5, knight c3, knight c6, bishop c4, black goes symmetrical with bishop c5, and white plays this popular move in the Vienna in this position, queen g4, which targets g7. Black goes wrong immediately with the obvious defense, queen f6, which not only defends g7, but attacks f2. But white need not bother with defending f2, knight d5, hitting the queen, allowing queen takes on f2, but black gets nothing. After king d1, black has to worry about defending g7, so king slides over to f8, and now knight h3, hitting the queen, which retreats to d4. And I mentioned in the previous trap, the first British GM trap, that the queen here, pretty uncomfortable, and in many variations c3 is going to happen, and that's going to trap the queen, so white has to, or black has to deal with that. However, the queen here is hitting c4, so white has to defend the bishop first. d3 is mandatory. Black can play d6 now, which hits the white queen, and in this variation the queen's sliding over to h4. Well, c3 is definitely planned, and that's going to pick up the black queen. So the queen wants to be able to maybe get out to f2, but that's being covered by the knight. So bishop takes on h3 makes a lot of sense. After queen takes on h3, here knight a5 was preferred to queen h2. I'll have to run the engine over that one and have a look why. So after knight a5, rook f1 wreaks havoc along the f file, but takes control of that all-important f2 square. Now after knight takes on c4, queen d7 is threatening mate now on f7, and that's defended by f6, but that allows a sacrificial line. Knight takes on f6. What happens if knight takes on f6? Then I think we can expect rook takes f6, because g takes f6, bishop h6 is going to be mate after king g8 and queen g7. So after knight takes on f6, queen f2, black has no choice, just gives up the queen, defers mate by one move after rook takes f2 and bishop takes f2. Knight h5 leads white with a winning advantage. So this has been the Mieses Trap in the Vienna. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.